Lights up on the dashboard, names, dates in a row. Tiny little stories, more than you know. Swiping, log on, let's go. Got a million little facts in the glow. From your favorite song to the miles you drove, all the patterns start to show. Little keys, long past phrases, guard the doors to these big bright spaces. Every click, each choice you make, we protect what's at stake. Welcome to the Data Club, where the numbers come alive. Every column, every row is a heartbeat in the drive. We're locking up the secrets tight while we shine a brighter light. Yeah, we learn how it all adds up in the keys to the Data Club.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Video Friday. Well, actually, it's not a video. It's a podcast, and I'm going to vary it up. Now, it is running and available in YouTube. So in a way, I guess it is a video. And if you're looking at something online, you might be seeing a squiggly line talking to you. So I wanted to take a few minutes to set the stage for where we're heading in IST 210 before we really get rolling next week. Now, Monday is Martin Luther King's Day, and there are no classes. So we'll be meeting on Wednesday, and then we're rolling. So think of this particular podcast as a warm-up lap. There's no quizzes, no trick questions, just getting your brain pointed in the right direction. And now I'm hoping you're listening to it on today, Friday, and carrying it into the weekend. But next week, we officially begin our full discussion of Chapter 1, which is Introduction to Databases. And I want you walking in feeling oriented instead of overwhelmed. So this is a good primer. So let's start with the big picture. Every single day, data influences you, what you buy, what you're going to watch, even what route you're going to take maybe to the campus. Maybe it's, the highway is backed up with traffic and you got to find something else. But you've interpreted that maybe from your map app on your device or your car or whatever. Even what ads show up on your phone 5 minutes after you think about something. Have you ever had that happen? All right, so that's not magic. That's data. What databases do is take raw facts, which are numbers, names, timestamps, and turn them into information. I'm going to say that one more time. What databases do is take raw facts, data, and turn it into information. So you might be sitting there saying, well, I thought data and information are the same thing. They are not. And that's what this class will help you understand. So we're going to talk about how information drives business decisions, medical decisions, engineering decisions, and even some decisions that persuade you. This is why we say in this course that databases just don't store data, they create information. And once again, data and information are two different things. So a lot of people come into this course thinking a database is just a fancy spreadsheet. Now you might be hearing me use that word spreadsheet and saying, I don't even know what a spreadsheet is. Well, we'll get into that also in this course. We're not going to make you spreadsheet masters, but we do use them. But it isn't a course about spreadsheets. A database is a collection of related tables that store data and relationships. So each table, you're going to learn, represents a thing of interest, like a student, a class, or a grade. And then inside that table, each row represents a specific instance of that thing. And then each column represents an attribute, a characteristic. Yeah, you're going to learn all about these things. The real power, though, comes from how tables are related to each other. And that's what allows us to ask meaningful questions later. And to ask those questions, we utilize a language called SQL, or structured query language. This is also where you'll start seeing terms like primary keys, composite keys, metadata, which is simply data about data. Wow, how about that? It's like an enigma wrapped in a burrito. Don't worry, though. You don't need to master those yet. So now you've heard them, but we'll get into them later. Just recognize that databases are structured intentionally so that information can be trusted, reused, and scaled, meaning grown. That's a really important concept in itself. This is not a haphazard process. It's intentional. It has meaning and direction. So once again, that we get trusted data. All right, now let's kind of back up a little bit and let's connect this to how IST 210 runs. You're going to notice in the syllabus that this course balances short lectures and videos, hands-on labs, there's quizzes, a team-based project, and yeah, a final exam. Now, Fridays like this one are web-based. That time, once again, is intentional. It gives you space to read, think, and prepare so we can apply concepts in this class instead of just listening to me talk at you for 50 minutes straight, right? I want to see note-taking in class. I want to see you engaged. I want to see you thinking, right? You'll also see that we're thoughtful about how AI comes into this course. So you'll notice the badge once again that says it's allowed when I give you the green light. Sometimes it's going to be allowed, like I said, sometimes it won't. The goal is not to ban the tool. It's just to make sure that you understand what the tool is doing and when it's wrong. My goal is to get you to a level of fundamental knowledge so that when you do interact with the AI, you know what you're looking at and you're not going to spend the next 2, 3, or 4 hours having the AI teach you about databases. Databases demand precision, and then guessing doesn't scale, right? So we're going to get into that. Here's your only task before our full Chapter 1 lecture begins. First, I want you to read Chapter 1. I want you to actually read it. It's an introduction to databases. It's why you're here. You're a tech major, so you should be wanting to read this. This isn't history. It's not English. It's not some sociology class. This is your discipline. This is what you want to become a professional in. Start putting that mindset into your brain. So as you read, don't memorize the terms. I want you to do this instead. I want you to ask yourself these questions. You could write these down. You could pause, write these down, and then keep them on a little note card next to you while you're reading. Here they are. You ready? Pen and paper in hand, or are you typing something here? What problems do databases solve? Next, why do relationships between data matter? And the last one, where do I already see databases in my own life? Keep those questions handy. Read them again to yourself before you do the reading. And as you read, those questions will be swirling. That's known as active reading. All right. These will all come back into our discussion next week too. So you're kind of like priming the engine. So next week, as I said, we're going to go deeper. We're going to connect these ideas to real systems, real queries, and eventually even real SQL, okay? So if this is your first database course, which I'm pretty sure it is, that is okay. It is okay to come in here not knowing anything about databases. So if it feels unfamiliar, normal, right? By the end of the semester, though, you're going to understand not just how databases work, but why they're foundational to modern systems. You're also going to understand why they are a target for hackers. Which remember now, if you're a cybersecurity option, this is what you're defending. This is the gold nugget. All right, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Take your time with Chapter 1, and I'll see you ready to roll next week. See you.